Merry Christmas to the Cockney Gamer Gang. No doubt you've had arguments with your trouble and strife, and your ungrateful kids have driven you mental with their newfound toys. Now you're nursing a terrible hangover from drinking a pint of Baileys. Isn't Christmas just lovely? So is the case with all gaming channels. Content creators like myself like the sound of their own bloody voice, and they're going to share with you their game of the year. Now this video focuses exclusively on PC games because they are the ones that Reggie and the boys have played and completed. Therefore you won't see any God of War in here, and spoiler alert, Elden Ring is not our game of the year. So buckle into your seats, pour another Baileys, and let's have a mass debate in the comments section as to whether you agree or disagree with the Cockney boys. So at number 5 is The Quarry. Now Reggie and the boys felt that it didn't quite reach the same heights as Until Dawn. It lacks some of the surprises of the original, and at times the story feels as dry as your turkey leftovers, with cutscene after cutscene for insignificant details to be presented to you. This is a story that follows a group of horny teenagers at summer camp when shit hits the fan. The characters are crafted well and there's loads of standout performances throughout. However, it's the beauty of the facial animations that really bring those performances to life, and it's proof once again that gaming has as high production values as Hollywood. Reggie and the boys don't feel that it's quite worth the full $70, but if you can catch it on sale, you're going to have yourself an excellent little horror adventure. The Quarry then deserves its place as number 5. Grounded is at number 4, where Reggie described it as a horror game mixed with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. In Grounded, you take control of one of 4 kids who finds themselves waking up shrunk in their back garden, and as a survival game you come across all sorts of creepy crawly bullshit, such as shitting yourself to wolf spiders or having a big bastard beetle chase you around the gaff. It's all amplified when playing this with a few other mates in co-op mode. What really stood out for Reggie and the boys was the beautiful art style that is on offer here. Depth of field, for example, has a proper genuine use case instead of feeling like a tacked on graphical cliche. The world genuinely towers over you, making you feel a small and insignificant little twat in this rich and diverse little world. Grounded then is as much as a horror game as it is a survival game, and you will laugh, smile and cry with fear. Out of all the games on the list today, it's probably one of the most fun games of 2022, and one that you should absolutely give yourself a little playthrough. Lovely stuff it is. At number 3 we have Persona 5 Royal. Now for many of you this will be a disappointment, given that the game has been out on console before COVID was even a bloody thing, but its PC release in the last few months proves that Persona 5 must be considered as one of the greatest games of our generation, and certainly the best JRPG that ever graced our hobby. In the 100+ hour story you control an emo teenager who is trying to find his place in the world. Reggie's review goes into more detail here, but know that the themes of Persona 5 are adult, and at times they make you feel a little uneasy, which is no bad thing. Persona 5 will probably win Best UI for all eternity, and much like Grounded, it has an exceptional art style that few other games can match. It's difficult to recommend Persona 5 at the full price tag of $60, especially if you already played it, but if you own a Steam Deck or it drops in price, then you'd be bloody mad to pass up on the nugget of gaming history. At number 2 we have Elden Ring. Now I mentioned up front it was not our top spot, but bloody hell people, does it come close. What can Reggie and the boys say that hasn't already been said about this masterpiece? However, it's not without its faults. Elden Ring is a difficult game and one that takes no prisoners. This is both a curse and a blessing, as it demands players to master its crafts, and those that do will be highly rewarded with a rich gaming experience that is incredibly satisfying to complete. The graphics are beautiful and the boss fights were memorable, but there were some performance issues at the beginning on its PC release, and I've still got them today, funny enough. Reggie found also that cheesing his way to success removes some of that sense of accomplishment, but at the same time I also found without cheesing I had no bloody chance of completing this game. Make no mistake though, Elden Ring is a once in a generation release that firmly places gaming out of nerd territory and into the genuine form of pure entertainment that the likes of Netflix and Amazon can only match. Elden Ring then is very much like taking a girl on a third date, in that you have to put a lot into it, but the rewards are worth the payoff. If the Dark Souls games have never really been your thing, you still owe it to yourself to try out Elden Ring because it truly is a magnificent game. So drumroll please as we now present the Cockney Gamers PC game of 2022. A Plague's Tale Requiem is Reggie's PC Game of the Year. I know it's not perfect, it has gaming cliches at every turn that stunts its true potential, but even so, it's as much as an experience as it is a game, and long after finishing the story, it leaves an impression upon you. This fact alone means it deserves its rightful place as top spot, because games still find it hard to compete with movies when it comes to the more emotive factor, but A Plague's Tale clearly delivers here. Asobo has pulled out an incredible graphical feat too, that ironically can only be beaten by its own Flight Simulator series. Reggie was particularly impressed with the sound here, which when played with headphones has an almost ASMR feel to proceedings, with soldiers and rats scuttling in the distance, and the whispers of conversation between key characters reverberating deep into your eardrum. Atmosphere can also be difficult to nail down in games, but what you have here in Plague's Tale Requiem is exactly that, an atmospheric and glorious piece of storytelling that does so many things right, and honestly, it came out of left field when considering all of the big game releases for the year. So A Plague's Tale Requiem is the Cockney Gamers PC game of 2022. Until next time, have a lovely piss up with friends and family, and speak to you boys and girls soon. Reggie out.